Long before Kim Cattrall appeared on HBO as the outspoken, sexually confident, I'll try anything once Samantha Jones in Sex and the City, she played an Egyptian woman under a spell and reincarnated as a shop window dummy. Inspired by Pygmalion, the tale from Ovid's Metamorphoses poem, which tells the story of a sculptor who fell in love with a statue he had carved, it's admittedly the kind of storyline that was only plausible in the 1980s, and we loved every second of it. So hop on your motorcycle, meet us at Prince and Company department store, and keep an eye out for the vicious guard dog, Rambo, as Bethany Wells and I discuss Mannequin from 1987 on this episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. Well, welcome in, everybody. So glad to have you here on the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. I'm your host, Tim Williams. We have a fun episode in store tonight. To help me break down this wonderfully wild rom-com, I have a co-host with the creative flair of Hollywood Montrose and can bring a discussion to life in a way that would make Emmy proud. I know she was perfect co-host, and nothing's going to stop us now. Please welcome the fabulous Bethany Wells. How you doing, Bethany?
I'm doing great. I was listening to that song on my way from home from picking up my daughter from rehearsal, and she was super embarrassed because it got to the chorus and we were in the driveway. So I slammed the car in park and I jumped out of the car and I was like dancing around the car. And she was just like, "What are you doing?"
Right. Oh,
The
yeah.
song is great.
Oh, yeah. Like, even when it got to the credits, when I was watching it again today, like, I let the credits play. I'm like, I can't stop this song. It's like one of the
Nothing's
greatest
gonna
80s
stop it
songs
now.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to stay in this song forever. Nothing's going to stop us now. Awesome. We're talking about Mannequin from 1987, one that I've talked about before. I was like, how have I never done this movie? Like, we're several years into the podcast. It's one that I've seen so many times. And so I'm excited to talk about it. It was a fun rewatch today. But Bethany, when did you see Mannequin for the very first time?
Very young. It was one of those, I'm pretty sure it was one of those like HBO regular movies.
Oh, yeah.
And we had like a free weekend, as is how I've seen most of the movies I talk about on your podcast.
Right.
I just have very vivid memories of sitting and watching it in our living room and just being entranced. Like, I was obsessed with this movie. Every time it came on, I was there.
Yeah, this is one that I saw on HBO for sure. And it was one that they played like
all the time.
If not once a day, probably twice a day, like first thing in the morning, again in the afternoon. And so, and this is one that this is one of the few movies that I remember that me and my sister would actually sit down and watch together. Like, if one of us had started watching it, the other one walked in the room, they'd sit down and we'd sit down and watch it together. And so much of it, I'm sure, went over my head as a kid, like watching it again now. But it's so ridiculous and fun that it just hits all those like buttons of like, it's just a feel good movie just to sit down and like, I don't have to think too hard. I don't have to, I'm not grading it on acting performances or storyline or plot. It's just, I just want to be fully entertained for 90 minutes and just enjoy myself. And that's exactly what it is. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which is why I think it works in the ways a lot of other movies don't. So how long has it been since you rewatched it before rewatching it for the podcast?
I'm pretty sure it had been like a year, because that TikTok trend where it's from that random movie I haven't seen with Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader, and I think they're twins, but
the
they're
skeleton
like
twins.
They're lip syncing that song, and I heard that song and I was just like, Mannequin. And I was like, how can I watch this? And so I went like looking to try to find it. I eventually just bought it on Blu-ray. And me and the girls sat and watched it, and there were some parts where I was like, "Just don't think too much about this part right here."
Right. Yeah, same. I actually ended up buying the Blu-ray like last year or like early this year. So it's like it's one of the things like now it's like once I have the Blu-ray, like it has to go on the list of ones we're gonna watch to are gonna do for the podcast. But I honestly, it's been at least 15 years since I watched this again. So not that I didn't want to watch it, but it's not as easily available to watch. But I think it had to have been on like HBO probably before HBO Max when you could still watch, I was watching movies on demand or whatever. And it was I think it was late one night. I was looking for something to watch and it was like, oh, Mannequin's on here. I've got to watch this right now and just enjoyed it. But yeah, so when I got the Blu-ray, I rewatched it. So yeah, it's been a good long while for me, but watching it again today, I think like now that I own it, it's probably going to be one that I'm going to watch a lot more. If I just want to have something fun to have on, don't have to pay much attention to, but just have it on in the background is definitely one of those kind of movies.
It is, and it's also one of those movies, I think you forget it exists until something triggers a memory, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, I love that movie." And then you become like, I become obsessed. I'm like, I've got to watch it. I've got to watch it. I haven't thought about it in forever, and now I've got to watch it.
Yeah, there's a few that I'll see a clip of on TikTok or like there's I get a lot of montages now on TikTok, like all the 80s movies, and you'll see like a small clip of it, like, okay, I got to go back and watch that one. Okay, I got to go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
So I've covered that one.
You have built your algorithm brick by brick, Tim.
Yes. And it's still not a perfect algorithm because just because I watched one full video doesn't mean that I want 16 other videos saying the same thing or talking about the same thing. Like it caught my attention. But anyway, so I'm learning about how to, I know we're getting off topic, but that's what we do. I've got to the point where I realize now like how to like hold the button down or hold the screen down to say you're not interested. And have to go back and kind of like reboot your algorithm, as they say, which I had to go on Google and figure out how to do that. So yeah, I'm showing my age.
I didn't know that was an option. I just go like, oh no, I'm seeing a lot of these. I'm just going to swipe past them really fast.
Yeah. I think that helps too. But yeah, I think I went online. I was like, how do you stop seeing the same videos? And it's like you'd like hold it down, and it'll ask you like, you're not interested in this. I think it's like this hashtag, this like whoever the maker of it is, like the sound, like it gives you like 4 different things, and you can like unclick all of them. It doesn't completely clean it out, but it does kind of help reset. Anyway, back on topic. So
good to know.
We try to be informational as well as entertainment. So
I like it.
All right, cool. So story origin and pre-production. This is like one of the shortest story origin and pre-productions I've ever seen.
Well, it feels like it should be because it feels like a movie where somebody was like, wouldn't it be fun if we did this? And everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah. Give me your 30 minute or give me your 30-second elevator pitch. Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah.
The idea for the film came when director Michael Gottlieb, I think that's how you say it, Gottlieb, Gottlieb was walking down Fifth Avenue and thought he saw a mannequin move in the window of Bergdorf Goodman. He took inspiration from his teenage years as well, working in a Macy's stockroom. He was particularly inspired by his own experiences with mannequins behind locked doors. Others observed the similarities to the plot of the film One Touch of Venus from 1948. The film was made based on the marketing principles of noted Hollywood market researcher Joseph Farrell, who served as an executive producer. The film was specifically designed to appeal to target demographics. So that's pretty much it. Michael Gottlieb, he was a writer, director. This was his first movie that he ever directed. And he just had fun with it. But yeah, once again, it could have only been made in the 80s. Like this is one of those movies that just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
there's
the studio's like, sure, let's go for it.
Yeah, there's a portion of it that's just a long music video.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's my favorite part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's great.
I mean
I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's if there's not a good montage in the movie, was it really an 80s movie?
So good. And like probably one of the top 5 best montages of any movie. because Kim Cattrall and
Andrew McCarthy.
Thank you. I was like Andrew, and then Garfield was the only thing popping in my head. But the two of them look like they were just like shown a costume rack and said like, have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Live your best life.
Yeah. And then, throw logic out the window, but like this was the largest, like, first of all, the largest department store I've ever seen in my life.
Bizarre.
And then
why does it have an organ?
Yeah, which was not in the store. It was somewhere else. But yeah, the organ, but you've got a toy gun, you've got, period piece, suits and dresses. An electric guitar, so obviously they had a music section,
No wonder they're doing so poorly financially. Like, what is your target demographic?
Right, exactly. And like, I'm like, I know he's a night person, but how much time, number one, does it take you to get dressed up and then figure out what you're going to do? I mean, it's just fun. I mean, I don't want to pick it apart because it's just too much fun, but it is a great, it is a great montage. My favorite part of the montage is him when he starts playing with the fedora and he's doing like the hat tricks with the fedora.
And she's just like,
ooh, yeah. How do you do that? Even though I'm magic and I've been through all parts of history. Yeah. So
I've been alive for hundreds of years.
Right.
But your hat trick.
Yes. I can make your motorcycle that didn't run now in the rain after you saw me. I can make it start again, but show me that hat trick again. Yeah. All right, let's jump into Cat. That's it for pre-production. That was it. But it was filmed in Philadelphia. That's where it was actually filmed. They did use a real department store for a lot of the interior shots. The organ was not, it was somewhere else in Philadelphia. It's like pretty famous. One of the largest pipe organs in the United States or something.
Why? Then why was it there? Like, I can imagine if you were like filming and you were like, hey, this really cool building that we're in has an organ. Let's do a weird Phantom of the Opera thing.
Right. But once again, why would a department store have a pipe organ in it,
And hang gliders.
Yes. Oh, the hang
what
glider.
Is this place?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. And then, But yeah. And then, like, when he's playing the organ, it goes to her, like, dancing, but the shot is so far away. Like, they couldn't, like, wherever it was, they're like, we can't get a camera close enough, so just do the best you can.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So let's talk about the cast. Andrew McCarthy, as we mentioned, was Jonathan Switcher. He's most known as a member of the Brat Pack with roles in 80s films such as Class, St. Elmo's Fire, which we've covered already, Pretty in Pink, and Weekend at Bernie's, which we've covered already. He has been ranked number 40 on VH1's 100 Greatest Teen Stars of All Time.
His eyes, like, heartthrob for me. Like, I remember young little Bethany going like, he's cute. He's so funny and he's charming. Like, I remember watching Pretty in Pink and just being like, no, I get, because usually I do go for the like nerdy friend, but in Pretty in Pink, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Andrew McCarthy is where it's at in this movie.
So you would have went for Ducky, is what you're saying?
No, Andrew McCarthy every single time.
Well, you said you went for the nerdy part.
I usually do.
Okay, gotcha.
But unless Andrew
McCarthy is the other
option.
Okay, just figuring it out. Yeah, and it's funny because like he had already done St. Elmo's Fire before this. Of course, I don't think I had not seen it by that point. I was too young. But like this and Weekend at Bernie's, like he just leans into comedy so well. Like he's great in a dramatic role. Like, if you've seen any of his other work, but the way he just kind of leans into the comedy, especially in this, like, it's outrageous, it's ridiculous, but I'm just gonna have fun with it. So
yeah, he's having a great time in his weird mobster outfit.
Yeah.
And he just ate the scene where he's playing the organ. Like,
oh yeah.
He is like, somebody put him in front of that and they're like, just play.
Yeah.
And he said,
okay. Yeah. Yep. He wasn't considered a big box office draw before Mannequin went into production. Still, the casting director determined he had strong appeal to the young girls he designated as the film's target market. So McCarthy won the lead role of Jonathan. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Can confirm.
Originally, the lead was written for an older, lonely storekeeper with someone like Dudley Moore in mind, but when Andrew McCarthy came on board, the character was changed to be a young artist. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think it would have been more sad if it was an older.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked as well. But they did say this was one of the few movies where the female was older than the lead man. Like, she was 29. I think he was like 24. And even, like, of course, in the story, she's hundreds of years older, but still, yeah. But still, like, for that was, you know, still not as common even now, but for to have the older woman. But
and so, of course, Kim Cattrall would play that older woman.
Of course.
As is her custom.
Well, let's talk about her next. Kim Cattrall as Emmy Hesire. She came to prominence with roles in films such as Porky's in 82, Police Academy in 84, Big Trouble in Little China in 86. She followed up this with Masquerade in 88 and Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered. No, yes, 6. I'm sorry. It was Roman numerals. Threw me off for a second. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country in 1991.
Star Trek VI.
Yeah, there you go. VI. You know, we all know that one.
Yeah.
Who's this Malcolm 10 everybody's talking about? Okay. Joke from a different movie.
It took me a second. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you laughed at it. Before filming this movie, lead star Kim Cattrall spent 6 weeks posing for a Santa Monica sculptor who captured her likeness. There were 6 mannequins, each with a different expression made. Cattrall later recalled, "There's no way to play a mannequin except you want to sit there as a dummy. I did a lot of bodybuilding because I wanted to be as streamlined as possible. I wanted to match the mannequins as closely as I could." She also said that doing this movie made her feel grown up. Her quote is, "I've become more of a leading lady instead of like the girl. All the other movies I'd done, I played the girl and the plot was around the guy. I've never had anybody do special lighting for me or find out what clothes look good on me or what camera angles are best for me. In this movie, I learned a lot from it. It's almost like learning old Hollywood techniques. I've always been sort of a tomboy. I feel great being a girl wearing a dress." So, good on her.
She looks so good in this movie. Like,
yeah.
Whoever was picking out her outfits did a great job. Like, back to that montage scene, which I will continue to reference throughout this podcast. She, like, every single outfit, she's stunning. Like, she looks so good. And it did occur to me when I was watching it today, I was like, how does nobody stop and go, this mannequin has a different face every time we see her.
Right,
and that's not typical of mannequins.
And her arms are always in some different
different positions.
Yeah.
That's not a typical mannequin thing.
Right. No, not at all.
And every time he takes her into a room and brings her out, she looks different. And we know because we're standing there watching. Because there's nothing else to do at this store. This castle we work inside of that also that sells hunting gear and bathing suits.
Yes. And hammocks.
And hammocks.
And has what was it? What the cruise line? It has like a cruise line section as well. So
sure,
the travel department.
Why not? There's a fake bus there. Like,
there's
part of a bus.
I thought about that when she was like, "We're running out of time. We're not going to have time to, put clothes on them, but we have time to put this front of a bus."
Yeah. There's a bus. Where did the bus come from?
Yeah. It's down there in that part of the store where they were at the end where they were trying to put it on the conveyor belt. It's down there in storage somewhere.
Next to the mannequin grinder.
That's it, the mannequin grinder. Oh my gosh. I love it. All right, so moving on. Estelle Getty, one of my favorites, as Claire Timken. Of course, she's best known for her portrayal of Sophia on The Golden Girls from 85 to 92. She reprised her role in Empty Nest, The Golden Palace, Blossom, and Nurses. I thought this was amazing. This was the first major movie role for her at the age of 63.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
I did not realize when I was young, and I watched like reruns of The Golden Girls when I was younger.
Of course you did.
I never put 2 and 2 together until I watched it again last year. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Sophia.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she was on the Golden Girls then, so I remember watching it, but I think that was when I realized, or when I saw it, I was like, she looks younger. And that's when I realized that that's her, and that was her real age. They made her older for Golden Girls. Like, I didn't know that until this movie came out. I remember that being like, mind blown for like a 13-year-old. Like, you mean she's not that old?
You mean she's the youngest of all of them?
Right, yeah.
No, my favorite, I know everyone's heard the story, but my favorite is that she would get in trouble because she would go and get like Botox.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, stop it. You're supposed to be the oldest one here. And she's like, I don't care. I'm not that old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's I'm only that old while I'm on set, but when I'm out in public,
I'm at home,
yeah,
Estelle's got things to do.
Exactly. Let the lady live. All right, so moving on, we've got James Spader as Mr. Richards, which once again just lean into the comedy. Like, come on, dude.
He knew the movie that he was in, and he showed up for it.
He knew the assignment. He knew his assignment.
Understood. Everyone did.
Yes.
A's across the board for everybody in this movie. They all knew what movie they were in.
Well, hold on. I've got a quote coming up soon that's gonna share a little bit about it. But for James Spader, he began acting in youth-oriented films such as Tough Turf, The New Kids, both in '85, Pretty in Pink, as we mentioned already. He then starred in films such as White Palace in 1990, True Colors in '91, Stargate '94. And Secretary in 2002, and of course, he played the role of Ultron in Avengers Age of Ultron in 2015. He was also on the TV show The Blacklist more recently.
Oh, I thought you were going to say The Office.
Oh, yeah, and he was in The Office for a little bit, yeah. This is the second of 3 movies featuring Spader and McCarthy. They also starred together in Pretty in Pink and Less Than Zero. All 3 titles were released during '86 and '87. McCarthy would later go on to direct Spader in multiple episodes of The Blacklist. Which,
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
I think McCarthy, he's done like he directed a lot of episodes of Orange is the New Black from Netflix, if you watch that show.
Wow.
So he's very much a Renaissance man, writer. I think he's done some painting, acting, writing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's so funny in this. It's so really funny. Kind of he's not in it a whole lot, but every scene he's in is just like,
he makes his mark.
Yeah. And the hair and everything
it's so fun. You don't immediately recognize him as James Spader. Like, that's how different he looks.
Right.
Because I think the first thing I ever saw him in was actually probably this. I just didn't realize it was him.
Right.
But the first time I saw him in was like, who's this guy? It was Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
And like, he, especially now, plays the more like suave type guy, the guy who like you really respect when you walk into the room with him, not this like smarmy, like,
because like I haven't seen Less Than Zero in a long time, but he's very much kind of the bad guy in that one. Like, he's kind of like the I mean, he wasn't great in Pretty in Pink either, if I remember correctly.
No, he was also the bad guy in Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, but I think he did. There was it Boston Public or Boston?
Yeah.
What was that? It was
Boston
a lawyer
Public.
show. Was that the name of it?
Was it Boston Legal?
Boston Legal. That's it. I was Public. Yeah, but yeah,
Public was a different one.
Yeah, exactly. Boston Legal. I think that was when, of course, older, but like that was when I really kind of saw him as an adult actor. Doing adult things, but just not playing the obnoxious teenager. So, but. Even though he's pretty much an adult in this, but it's totally for comedy. But anyway.
Right. Is he?
Yeah. Is anybody an adult in this movie? Is anyone an adult in this movie?
Literally, no.
Not even Estelle Getty.
I don't know. Well.
More so than the others.
Careful. Probably. I don't know. Kim Cattrall is probably the most mature of everyone in there, and she's not real. So.
Yeah. I mean, she is like playing these parts. I mean, she is like changing outfits and,
But she's also just like, hey, maybe you should get your life together a little bit in a way that isn't really demeaning like Roxy.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh man, we're getting there. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
sorry.
she is kind of the muse, like, let's see, 87. Yeah, this came out. So she was kind of the Lisa, like if you want to, like some ties to like Weird Science, where it's the fantasy girl, the genie in a bikini kind of idea that we talked about that in an episode. But yeah, where she's there to help him grow up and realize what he can really do. But yeah.
But I will say, I feel like this dynamic is a lot healthier than other,
yes,
like the Weird Science dynamic.
Yeah,
because like, yes, he put her together, but like not.
It wasn't meant that way.
No, and it was very much a like he just like put it together, and then she came to life,
right,
and then got his life together.
Yeah.
By like saying, hey, you've got a lot of like artistic potential. Let's focus it. Let's just focus a little bit, and you might get some attention.
Yeah. And that is kind of cool. Like the beginning, doing the different windows, they're just having fun. Like he's being artistic, but just having fun. And she's like, let's still have fun, but like put your like really. Because in that last one, she says like she didn't want to be in it, so that to make him force him to do something completely original without having her as a centerpiece, which was smart. All right, moving down the list, we got G.W. Bailey as Captain Felix Maxwell. Of course,
just a human cartoon character.
Yeah, exactly. Every time, in the 80s anyway. So his famous roles include Staff Sergeant Luther Rizzo in MASH, the TV series from 79 to 83. Of course, most notable as Lieutenant Harris in Police Academy films from 84 to 94. On a more serious note, he played Detective Lieutenant Louis Provenza on TNT's TV crime drama The Closer and its spinoff series Major Crimes from 2005 to 2018, which I loved both of those shows, and he was really good in that. But of course, he'll always be Lieutenant Harris from Police Academy. So talking about what they thought they were making, on the filming the movie, he stated, quote, "We didn't think it would ever be released. It was beyond silliness. We would do outrageous double takes over the lines and say that we hadn't done this kind of stuff since we were in high school. And the director would say, more, you're going in the right direction with it. Going in the right direction, we didn't believe this, but suddenly the movie was released, and here's this old-fashioned, silly love story very loosely based on One Touch of Venus." So I think they just, kind of trusted the director of like leaning, like he wanted them to lean into the goofiness. And I think they probably didn't want to do it that way because they just felt like nobody's going to believe this. Like, why would anyone see something this ridiculous? But he had a vision and he put it together. But I just, that's great.
It's a silly premise, but it's so fun. Like you can't think too critically about it but it is so fun.
Which is why the critics hated it. The critics demolished this movie. But we don't talk about critical reception anymore. But it was hard not to see that. But I was like, I don't care. This wasn't made for the critics.
That's not this movie. This movie wasn't Oscar bait.
No,
this movie was like HBO afternoon viewing.
Right. This was it was released in February. This was very much like a summer, which is probably when I saw it on HBO so much, but like a summer afternoon, like beat the heat, sit in the theater in air conditioning and just forget about life for 90 minutes. Just enjoy yourself. So, but talking about, human cartoon characters, Hollywood Montrose, played by the late great Meshach Taylor, widely known for his role as Anthony Beauvoir in the CBS sitcom Designing Women, for which he was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. He was great in that. He also played Sheldon Baylor on the CBS sitcom Dave's World, appeared as Tony on the NBC sitcom Buffalo Bill opposite Dabney Coleman, and appeared as the recurring character Alistair Wright, the social studies teacher and later school principal on the Nickelodeon sitcom Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Yeah, so he was doing work. Sadly, he passed away from cancer in I think 2013. So, but yeah, and this is one of those things where, like, as a kid, did not really understand what he was. A lot
of the double entendre with his character.
Right, exactly. He was just a flamboyant,
silly,
silly character, and so
I appreciated how his character was represented. Like, yes, it's very cartoonish, and there is that element of like, let's make fun of this kind of stereotype.
Yes, very much so.
Also, like, he is very like loved and accepted by the main character.
Yeah,
which I appreciated. It wasn't like only the mean characters were talking down to him.
Right, exactly.
And so it was very like, no, this is just Hollywood. This is just who he is.
Yeah.
Which I liked. I liked that, yeah, he was a punchline, but like, I don't know. I'm doing some mental gymnastics to be okay with this character. But
yeah, but he owned it, like you said. Like it is stereotypical. Unfortunately, it is one of the cringier characters of the '80s, which is probably why we don't see it as much on streaming services and stuff now. But as a kid, he was probably my favorite character, just because he was he had the great lines, he had it was just the outrageousness of the character that was just, like you said, so silly. And I even remember when the scene came up today when he's like covering his car, the pink Cadillac with the polka dot, cover.
Bad girl.
And I remember just laughing. Like that was such a funny scene for me as a kid. So yeah.
Yeah, no, Lily and I were watching it today while I was getting ready for the podcast, and she goes, is he putting the car to bed? Like, what is happening? I was like, just don't worry about it. He's just got to protect his car.
Exactly. Oh, man. All right, moving right along. We got Carol Davis as Roxy Shield. Oh, my gosh, this character. As an actress, she was a model first. As an actress, her first feature film was James Cameron's horror film Piranha 2: The Spawning in 1982. Later in the 80s, she appeared in the comedy film The Flamingo Kid in 84. She also appeared in films such as the comedy The Shrimp on the Barbie in 1990. If Looks Could Kill in 1991, and The Rapture also in 91. In an interview, she said she didn't enjoy making this film because the filmmakers tried to de-emphasize her looks to make Kim Cattrall appear more attractive. Scenes were reshot to give Davis baggier clothes and different makeup and hairstyle to accentuate the difference between the two women. However, Davis said she was happy with her performance in the movie and loved filming in the city of Philadelphia. But that's the character she was. Like, I mean, you knew what you signed up for. I mean,
but I don't think she looked unattractive.
No, not at all.
Not by any means. No. Like, she's clearly gorgeous. Like, it makes sense why he wanted to date her, because she was not nice to him.
Right. No, not at all.
At all. And so, like, it made sense why he was still, like, wanting her. But also, like, she was an interesting character. Like, obviously you don't like her, but her motivations are interesting to watch.
Yes. She struggles with what she wants, because it's like she wants him, then she doesn't want him, then she kind of wants him because it's for her job, and then it's like she really wants him again. It's like, okay, make up your mind, lady.
Yeah.
But her emotions fit where the story needed to go, and that's kind of the bad part about her character, is it wasn't steady enough in her purpose.
Yeah.
But
we
look past that.
Yeah. Yeah. It worked for this movie.
Yeah.
And I think she did a great job in it. Like, she played that character really well.
For sure.
And I understood what she was thinking in every moment. And you kind of know exactly who she is. Like, right out of the gate, you know who she is. Like, as soon as she gets on that bike, and you can tell she is so embarrassed to be on that bike in front of her boss. Like, you're like, okay, well, this woman clearly cares about how she seems. And if you look at it from that perspective, when she goes back to wanting him, not only is it because, like, she needs him for her job, but also he now has this acclaim. He has this heat behind him. She wants him because now being with him makes people go like, oh, look at you. And he wants to be with a mannequin. And that makes her
We don't
mad.
talk about that part.
Like, that's so embarrassing. How embarrassing is that? Your boyfriend broke up with you to be with a plastic woman.
Right.
So I liked her character, even though, like, I liked how much I didn't like her.
Yeah. Just thinking of something. He wants to be with a mannequin. It's like, when you say it out loud, it really sounds terrible.
And he wants to be with a fake person.
Right. That he made with his own two hands. And a lot of plastic.
Don't say it. Stop it. Stop it. The tide is turning on this movie, and I will not stand for that.
No, moving on. Okay, so very quickly, we'll mention Steve Vinovich as BJ Wirt, the owner of the other department store, the rival department store.
Yeah.
He's been in several movies and TV shows.
Always the bad guy.
Yeah, he was in the Santa Claus as the doctor. That's like the only major like movie role.
That's what I knew him from.
Yeah, but I mainly know him from TV. He has been in Cheers, Roseanne, Three's Company, Family Matters. His filmography is filmed with like TV, episodes. But and then one of my other like watching this is why Roxy's character is great, because they paired her with Christopher Marr as Armand. He's appeared in feature films and television episodes from Taxi and Hill Street Blues to Law and Order 24, The West Wing, and NCIS. His character is so hilarious, and the things that come into his mouth, I'm like, how was this a PG movie? Like, it was just so...
Why was I allowed to watch this?
Exactly. My parents were not in the room when we saw this the first time. It's evident.
No, it's the scene specifically this afternoon when I was watching it again with my child,
right? When
they finally decided to get together, when Roxy's like, fine, whatever, right? And then it cuts to the aftermath of that,
right?
And Lily just kind of looks at me like, what is happening? And I was just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Block it out of your mind. Don't even.
We're just not gonna think about this scene. This scene has no weight. Like, never comes up again.
Right.
Was probably edited out of the movie when it played on TBS.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Because it serves zero purpose.
Yeah, none at all. Yeah.
But it's still funny if you're an adult.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like all of his scenes with him, like, oh my gosh, just so funny. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. But unfortunately, we can't repeat most of it, but it's, no profanity, just content. Which is probably why it was still allowed for PG. So,
frankly, though, like sometimes profanity is just not as profane as some of the innuendo.
Yeah. Right, exactly. All right, anybody else in the cast? I think I've covered pretty much everybody that was.
I think that's all of them
that had more than a cameo. Who I wanted to look up was the guy at the end. I forgot to look the little sweeper guy.
The guy that looked like Rick Moranis's stunt double.
Exactly. I was like, oh man, who was that guy? Because I remember that being that's one of my favorite scenes too, where he's like digging through the trash and he finds Roxy.
So dumb.
And he starts kissing her. He's like, stop kissing me.
Leave me alone.
That's so funny. And in the very end, he just dives into the trash, like the trash comes back. It's like, oh, this is how you end a movie like this. This is exactly how you do it. And amazingly, he didn't come back for the sequel.
Flame. No, you end a movie like this with a wedding and a storefront window.
Yes, exactly. You're right. That was the perfect, and the freeze frame ending once again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, has to be an 80s movie.
Power ballad.
Yeah.
Ever written.
Right. Oscar nominated, which we'll get to here in a minute. So
nice.
Before we get there, let's talk about iconic scenes. So, if someone says to you "Mannequin," what is the first scene that pops in your head?
It's that montage. It's so good. It sets the tone of the movie. They both look incredible. Kim Cattrall is stunning. Andrew
McCarthy.
McCarthy, thank you. I want to say Garfield again. I'm so tired. Andrew McCarthy looks like he is just everything. And they're so cute. Like, they're clearly having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the characters are having a good time, but their chemistry is so good, like, through the whole movie. And I think if their chemistry wasn't as good as it is, it wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, even the bad reviews talked about the performances of McCarthy and Cattrall were like, is what makes it worth watching, even if they hated the plot and hated everything else in it. Like, they just felt like they were a great couple on screen, which I agree.
I mean, like, you believed, like, it's possible something was going on behind the scenes, because the two of them, like, there were scenes where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I should not be witnessing this. This is very intimate. And it's just them riding around on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that scene of them like trying on the different outfits and just being cute and goofy. Like, it's never played for the stereotypical, the guy's just like, "Oh, I don't want to." No, like, he is just as into it as she is, and they're so cute. I love that scene.
Yeah. The montage, like, parts of the montage are, like, very iconic for sure. Like, even, I think even, like, going back and thinking about the trailer, like, a lot of what's in the trailer is the montage. And then, too, I'd have to go back. I didn't look it up, but like the music video for
Nothing's Gonna Stop
Us Now. I'm like, okay, I know the group.
I don't know Andrew McCarthy's last name, but I know the name of that song.
Right. But like, surely they used clips of the movie in the music video, which I'm sure were mainly from which is why I think I remember like The Rock, where she's wearing the like Tina Turner wig and the outfit, and he's got the electric guitar and the trench coat. Yeah, so
in like that like weird elevator thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
like they look like they're filming a music video. Like they're just playing. They're just playing pretend, which is what we did as kids. They're just they're adult children.
Just tall kids.
Right, exactly. Other iconic things, like when she first comes to life, I remember that pretty vividly. I remember the scene of him riding with her as the mannequin on the back of the motorcycle, like through town. Like that stands out to me for some reason. So there's a lot of iconic scenes. Those are the main ones. But yeah, I think it's mainly the stuff in the montage, like you said. I like the hat. And play with the hat and all that kind of stuff.
The gangster thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Where did that fake gun come from?
Right, exactly.
Was it a real gun?
No. It was too small. That had to have been like a toy. That's why I think they had a toy department.
Okay, yeah, sure. It was behind the organ.
Yeah, and at first I thought it was like, is that a fake cigarette? And then I saw it smoke. I was like, thought maybe like a prop cigarette.
No. That was in the tobacco department.
Right.
Of the store.
So I have a feeling you're gonna repeat what you said already. But favorite scenes? I'm gonna guess montage is at the top of the list.
The montage definitely at the top of the list. Let me try to come up with something that's not just that montage scene. It's so good. I do enjoy the scenes that Hollywood is in. Like they're so over the top and so silly, but he's an endearing character, and it's so funny. When he like the whole store knows that Andrew McCarthy is having an affair with this mannequin.
Yes.
And they're fine with it. They have no problems with it. They just want to listen, apparently.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite scenes of them. Look, he's talking to the dummy again.
He's doing it again.
Who's laughing? Well, it's either, the fruitcake, the guy, or the dummy. Like it was just
Yeah. Not great.
But it was funny. Yeah. But yeah, Hollywood has a lot of the great scenes. Some of the other funny scenes to me, like every time he gets like caught or like she changes from being alive to like, when they're rolling around and then
and
this is how I get my inspiration.
So like, it's so cringy if you think too much about it.
Don't think too hard about it. Yeah.
Like, Frankly, Estelle Getty should have at least had him go see somebody. Like, we as the audience know that he really is seeing her turn into a real person.
Right.
But in real life, that doesn't happen. And if you saw somebody like having an affair with a doll that they also then propped up in front of a window display. I was watching the movie today and I was just like, what other movie is it where like a window display changes the outcome, like the financial outcome for the store completely? What other movie? It's Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so it's just like, this is just another example of a movie where we think a window display saves the world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Saves the fate of this small mom and pop store that is 17 stories high that you can hang glide through. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's not cut prices. Let's not, make things affordable.
Let's not downsize.
No, not at all.
Let's not maybe break up the department store.
Yeah.
Have a separate sporting goods store.
Yeah. Let's not renovate to make it like it was the 80s instead of the 90s. But yeah. But no. But yeah.
Window display. Fixed
exactly. Yeah. I have questions, but I don't want to get bombarded with questions. Favorite scenes. Yeah. So another one of my favorite lines, and this is with, James Spader. This is with James Spader where he's on the phone with Wirt. And this was a line that I remember as a kid loving this line. Richards, where did you learn how to kiss butt like that? What, did you take a class or something? He goes, no, sir. It's a God-given gift. And he wipes his hand with his hair.
So funny.
Like, that was like the best line of the movie
He's so
as a kid.
good.
Like, yeah, he's like, no, sir, it's a God-given gift. It's just, oh gosh, it's like
he could have taken offense to it. He's just like, no.
No, I take full credit.
No.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun. All right, let's talk about a few. I don't really have like scenes for trivia. I have more just like random trivia. There wasn't a whole lot there. I'll mention a few of these. We'll put other ones in the show notes. But writer-director Michael Gottlieb is the younger brother of Carl Gottlieb, who co-wrote the screenplay to Jaws and actually played the reporter in the classic movie.
Interesting.
Now, this I only saw in one place, so I don't. It's cool if it's true, but we'll just say this is a rumor. The scene where Jonathan and Emmy were preparing the window display using a treadmill, Jonathan's pants weren't really supposed to be torn off by the walker, but by looking at the scene and seeing how much the camera was shaking because of the laughter of the film crew, the scene was ultimately kept. The scene was far funnier than originally planned. Scene of just turning on the treadmill and the actors being delighted that everything worked. I don't think it's probably shaking, but they also sped it up in that scene too. Like, I don't know. And I wonder about that day. I was like, why do they speed it up? I guess to make it look faster, how it ripped off. But if it was shaking, I guess it helps. But anyway, it was just there's a few scenes that are like, they like change the speed. Like when Hollywood's putting, the cover on his car, like they get sped up, which I guess more for time, but so we mentioned it earlier, despite scathing reviews, Mannequin did earn one Oscar nomination for Best Song for Starship's Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. The tune became a Billboard #1 single by April of '87, but it ultimately lost the Academy Award to I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing. The song marked
a good year.
Yeah. The song marked the first nomination for composer and power ballad empress Diane Warren. She's been nominated 8 times over the past 3 decades. The past 3 decades, but has yet to win.
Unacceptable. It's a great song. Like I said, I listened to it I went to go pick Ruby up from a practice, and on the way home, I literally like slammed the car into park and jumped out of the car and just like danced around the car with the song playing, and she's just sitting in the car staring at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, this song is great. She texts Laramie and she goes, Dad, Mama's being weird again.
I'm sure he wasn't surprised.
He wasn't.
All right, let's talk about box office. Mannequin opened on February 13th. Yes, Valentine's Day and President's Day weekend, 1987 in American theaters. It debuted at number 3 at the box office behind Platoon and Outrageous Fortune, grossing $6 million over the 4-day President's Day weekend, surpassing the other opener, Over the Top, starring Sylvester Stallone. Mannequin only cost $7.9 million to make, but it earned back $43 million, making it the 27th biggest hit of 1987.
Nice.
And got a crummy sequel, but we won't talk about that.
The only thing I remember about the sequel is the opening. And I tried to watch it after I'd seen the first one last year. And I was just like, this is
terrible.
Not as good as the original.
I just remember Hollywood being in it and the pink Cadillac. But I think that's because that was what was on the cover of the VHS. That's really all I remembered. But yeah, we won't. But it came out in the 90s, so I don't have to talk about it. So thankful for that.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Really?
Sometimes it works out in my favor. All right, now it's time to take a look at how well this 80s flick holds up today. It's the rewatchability nostalgia meter, patent pending. It's our way of measuring how enjoyable a movie is for repeat viewings, along with the waves and nostalgia it brings. Here's how it works. It's a 1 to 10 scale. Any number between 1 and 10 will do, but here are a few parameters to help you decide. At the bottom of the meter is a number 1, which basically means I saw it once and that was enough. Right in the middle is a number 5, which means it's a good rewatch every couple of years. And the highly coveted at the top of the meter at number 10, highly rewatchable and full of nostalgia. I think this might be your first time placing something on the meter.
I'm new to the meter. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Very colorful. I love it so much.
All right. So where does Mannequin land for you on the rewatchability and nostalgia meter? So you got to take both of those things into account to give us that number.
That's really so I'm gonna have to say it's probably a solid 9.5 for me.
Okay.
It's very rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
good, like you were saying, it's good to just have on in the
Mm-hmm.
background. You don't need to follow the plot. You know the plot. He falls in love with a mannequin. The end.
Hilarity ensues.
You just have to stop long enough to watch the
The
montage in the
montage.
middle.
Right.
As long as you catch that, you're good. And if you don't, you can always rewind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the nostalgia of it, I just have these vivid memories of sitting on the floor in front of my like living room television, like
Mm-hmm.
every day, just loving this movie. It's just fun, it's silly, it's just ridiculous. Everything
Mm-hmm.
about it's just ridiculous and but it works because
Mm-hmm.
the people who are making it clearly are enjoying
Oh
making
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch people having
Mm-hmm.
fun,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
frankly.
Exactly. And the chemistry was there.
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah.
chemistry. Like the two of them together, just the way they look at each other, it's just everything. And so, yes, I'm going to say a 9.5. It's just, there are things in it that do not age well,
Right. As most 80s movies
as
have.
most 80s movies have aged poorly.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's cute enough and it doesn't take itself seriously enough
Mm-hmm.
to where it feels like there's the things that don't age well are icky, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's still icky things, but it's like,
yeah.
okay, but this is also a movie about a mannequin coming to life. So
Right. I mean, the movie starts in Egypt with her wrapping herself up as a mummy, to not marry whoever,
the
dung
manure
herder. Well, yeah, whatever. So yeah, that from that is like, and I think it was the subtitles like several
after
years
lunch.
ago, right after lunch, like that right there lets you know what this movie is. Like, from the first 30 seconds. And then, of course, and I want to mention this really, the cartoon intro, which was always fun of an 80s movie. Like, kind of, once again, it's letting you know this is going to be a cartoon movie. Like, even though it's not animated, what you're going to see after this ends, actual cartoon ends, is still a cartoon, just with humans acting out what a cartoon should do.
Some of these human beings may be from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and they are actually toons
Right.
in the real world.
Logic does not exist in this movie.
No.
Yeah. So for me, it's very high on the nostalgia meter because I remember seeing it so many times as a kid. Like I said, it's something me and my sister watched together and we talked about a lot and just, enjoyed it. The song is one of the best ever. Rewatchability, that's where it kind of gets tricky because it's one I haven't seen a lot. But like I said, now that I own it, I'll probably watch it more. So I'm going to go 8.5, which is still, I think fairly high and still a decent rank on the meter. So 8.5 for me, 9.5 for you, which I think is still lets you know it's a great movie to watch and rewatch. It's highly rewatchable. So we'll go with that. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Thank you for making me watch it again today. I was so excited.
You're welcome.
I was like, you had already messaged me and you're like, hey, we still good for it? And I was like, yes, we are.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I messaged you early enough. I was like, okay, if she hasn't watched it yet, I want to make sure she has time to watch it. And the good thing is it's not long anyway. Like I literally, like so I won't put this on the podcast. Like I actually went to my dad's, watched the Falcons game till the end for whatever reason. I wanted to watch them lose, but watched the game and then came home, put the movie on, had plenty of time to watch the movie uninterrupted and then do my notes. Thankfully, there wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot of backstory. So it was a easy one to watch and prepare for the podcast because it's a fun watch to watch and it's short and it's just enjoyable. So it was fresh on my brain. But because honestly, I thought we were recording this next weekend, but I forgot that I'd done a bonus episode for Halloween. So this comes out this Friday. But anyway.
Nice.
All right. Well, let us know where you think Mannequin should rank on the rewatchability nostalgia meter for you. You can send us an email, reach out to us on social media, or you can leave us a comment right here on YouTube if that's where you're watching the podcast this week. Thank you, Bethany, so much for being a part of the podcast. Always a pleasure to have you on the show, and glad we were able to watch this movie and talk about it. Well past due, but glad we got to it.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me be the one to talk to you about it. It's just so fun. I think I'm like tempted to go back upstairs and watch it again. It's just fun.
Yeah, that's the kind of the bad thing, because I have it on Blu-ray. It's not one that I can just pull up on like Vudu or that can stream. Like this would be one of those movies like I'd put on every night to fall asleep to, like just to be in a good mood.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm just watching reruns of The Big Bang Theory because it makes me laugh.
And just those comfort watches.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing too serious. Just
vibes.
Yeah, just falling asleep laughing. So
yeah.
All right, well, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. We would also love for you to support the show by becoming a partner at buymeacoffee.com. Jump online and visit the website 80sflickflashback.com and our TeePublic store for some awesome 80s Flick Flashback merch and original designs. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Tim Williams for the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. At least she'll never tell you your hips are too fat.